It's the 21st show. I'm Brian Mackey. All eyes are on the U.S. men's soccer team as they compete in the FIFA World Cup, but there is another sporting event taking place right now aiming to celebrate our nation's service members and veterans. The 2026 Warrior Games are underway in San Antonio, Texas. First started in 2010, the Warrior Games are meant to bring together wounded, ill, or injured service members from the Army, Marine Corps, Navy, Air Force, Space Force, Coast Guard, and Special Operations Command.
Being able to participate in things like this has been extremely helpful to my recovery the entire time. I mean, you join the Army because you're a competitive person, because you want to better yourself, better those around you, better your country. And being able to have this outlet again has been incredible.
Number 10, Allison. Anna Allison for SOCOM starting to gain ground, and then we've seen this time and time again in the 4-minute race.
To really showcase some of our top athletes, we're now excited to present the medals for the 2025 Warrior Games Ultimate Champion. Yes.
This year, there are nearly 200 people competing in 12 adaptive sports, which brings us to our next conversation and our next guests. Navy Aviation Structural Mechanic First Class, Thomas Trosper is a native of Georgetown, Illinois, and he's competing in archery, cycling, field, swimming, and wheelchair basketball. Also with us is retired Navy Aircrew Survival Equipmentman First Class, James Shoemaker, who's competing in archery, sitting volleyball, swimming, and track. James is a native of Effingham, Illinois. They're with us for the rest of the hour today to talk about competing in the Warrior Games. Thomas, James, welcome to the 21st show.
Thank you.
And listeners, in order to make our schedules work, I should say we tape this conversation on Friday, but you can let us know what you thought. Our email address is talk@21stshow.org. All right, I want to begin by asking each of you about your experience with the Navy. And Thomas, I'll begin with you. What drew you to enlist in the Navy?
Influence from my family. My Uncle Donnie, he was a electronic technician in the Navy, and he kept pressuring me, hey, you need to get out of here. There's a bigger world out there than Vermilion County. And 2006 was the year that I said, okay, let's do this. With the support of my wife, I just was tired of getting laid off from factory work.
Yeah. So it seemed like a good opportunity, family pressure as well. What were some of the more memorable or challenging experiences you had during your service?
Just trying to play the game in boot camp. My uncle kept telling me, you're not going to do this. I'm not going to allow you to pick this rate. This is what you want to do. If you want to do this, go this avenue. And a lot of influence was from him because he was enlisted, 20 years ago. So he still has an idea of what goes on shipboard and on the aircraft side, aviation side. So I chose AM.
Aviation, yeah. And that's aviation structural mechanic. What sort of work is that?
It's keeping track and making sure the aircraft frame is permanent to fly, for one. 2, minimizing corrosion. 3, all the hydraulic systems, the tires, the paint. I'm in charge of all of it, making sure it's good to go and airworthy.
Nice. All right. And James Shoemaker, I'm going to come to you. Same question. What prompted you to join the Navy?
Well, my grandfather and my stepdad were both sailors. So living in a small town, farming community, not much to do. So why not join? So I took off, went to boot camp in 2005. It was fun. I was a little bit older. I was 21 when I joined. The most challenging thing for me was 2007 when I had to go on my first ever deployment. It's one thing going to a different city, being away from everything you grew up with. It's another thing being in the middle of the ocean, being away from everything you grew up with. And then I loved every minute of it. Came back and I want to go back out. It was amazing. I really enjoyed it, and I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Yeah. So to the extent you're willing and comfortable talking about it, can I ask each of you what injury resulted in you ultimately competing in the Warrior Games? And James, I'll start with you.
I have a neuro injury. My nerve system doesn't really communicate with my brain very well, so it likes to mess me up every now and then.
Yeah. And Thomas, same question, if you're comfortable talking about it.
I have a blood clot issue, which was found in 2024. I found it in my left leg. My left calf swelled up, and that's where I found the blood clots. And then going further investigation with the hospital, they found 4 blood clots in my left lung and 5 in my right lung. So
Wow.
unbeknownst to me, I have a clotting issue. Don't know why or how. So
Yeah. So what has the recovery process been like for you, at least before, getting involved with the Warrior Games?
well, for one, not being afraid to ask for help. Being pulled away from the job that we signed up to do, being groomed at sea, where we belong at sea, and being told that you can't go out on a ship no more. That was mentally, it was really tough. And just getting the help I needed mentally, saying, yeah, you're still worth something. Come over here and we'll help you out and just help you recover. And that's where I'm at today. So my shipmates, my teammates are all dealing with something different. And when we talk to each other, their story could be inspirational for me, which a lot of them has been, and vice versa.
And James, same question to you. What has your sort of recovery path been like?
I was the mental part is correct. It plays a heavy toll because you're so used to being able to do and handle whatever it is. And it took a while. I was very reluctant. And Navy Wounded Warrior got a hold of me and started talking to me, and no, it wasn't an option. So I went running with it, and I met my teammates. I met some very inspirational people, and looking at them push through everything that they pushed through taught me I can push through it, and I used it. And, now I use it for my own kids. And, I want to show my kids that no matter what you're going through, you just keep on going because you're going to come out on the other side. And, it's been a real blessing. It's really helped me out and helped me find who I used to be, even though, the adaptive part, the sports might be a little bit different, but I'm still out there. I'm still competing, which is what I've always grown up doing. So.
Yeah. Well, James, let me ask you about competing in the Warrior Games then. So can you remind us what sports you're going to be competing in?
I'll be doing archery, track, swimming, and sitting volleyball.
How did you, those seem kind of different in a lot of ways. How did you come to choose those particular sports?
Well, we went to team trials, and I tried out every sport they had to offer.
Everything. Wow.
Everything. And those were the ones I was selected for. And, sitting volleyball is probably one of my favorite ones because I'm a team guy. Grew up playing baseball and stuff like that. So team really matters to me. And it really drives me and pushes me to compete at a higher level. I've never done track growing up, so it was the first time for me. Same with archery. Everybody's been in a pool, so I've been swimming, but never like as a race, So
yeah,
it's been exciting. It's been fun. The training's been awesome. And the people just cheering you on, regardless of how you do, they're still there cheering you on. And, the main goal is to finish.
What is sitting volleyball like for someone who's maybe never seen that particular sport?
I would rather play standing up. It's a little bit easier. Sitting volleyball is
rough on the backside.
It's pretty rough. You got to have a very strong core.
Is it in a wheelchair or like a stationary chair?
Nope, I am sitting on the ground.
Oh, on the ground. Wow. Okay.
Yes. And you still play with the same rules as volleyball. The net's not as high, obviously, but you still got the same rules as volleyball, and you're just sitting on the ground moving, not allowed to come up off your butt. You got to move on the ground. And it's fun, and it really builds teamwork because you gotta have that communication skills to be able to let your teammates know which direction you're moving in and whether or not you got that ball.
Yeah. Wow. That does sound really challenging. Thomas, same question to you. What sports are you competing in? And tell me a little bit about your training.
I'm in archery, cycling, swimming, field, and wheelchair basketball. My first camp was in Maryland of last year, November timeframe, and I didn't know what I was getting myself into, so they threw me in all the sports, and I like a challenge, and I really like wheelchair basketball. Being familiar with all the other sports in high school, throwing, shot put, and disc, I have an idea of what to do there, and just going back, all of it is just getting ready for the challenge.
Tell me about wheelchair basketball. What is it? Did you play basketball, before you were using a wheelchair to do it?
Just recreationally,
Yeah.
never collegiate or high school level.
Yeah.
Just,
What are some of the
backyard.
challenges that go with that, right?
Trying to dribble and shoot. 'Cause you can either shoot when you're moving, or if you're open, you can take your time. And it's just getting caught up trying to go left and right real quick. That's the challenge.
Yeah.
And it's all arms.
Right.
Everything's arms.
A lot of strength to move yourself around, I'm sure, and try and keep track of the ball. So James, what is the atmosphere like, so far? I know you're still getting into this. At the time we're talking, the games haven't officially opened yet, but right, you're competing alongside veterans and service members from other military branches. I know there are, healthy rivalries that can sometimes get a little unhealthy. Marines and Navy, everybody in the Air Force. How do you approach that?
Everybody here, it's like just family reunion. Is a good way to put it. Right before everything starts happening, you meet everybody, you talk, you enjoy, you listen, you become family, and it's just been a very pleasant atmosphere. The town, just walking around, having random people just come up to you and start talking to you about it. It's been fun. Very different than what you're used to, but fun. It's kind of like a family reunion and seeing those fourth and fifth cousins you've never met before.
Thomas, what does it mean to you to represent Team Navy in particular?
I think it's awesome. Just having the pride, knowing that I've had family members in the Navy in the past. For one, family. Two, just the pride of knowing that I'm still active and I'm in the Navy.
Yeah. So what do you personally hope to be able to get out of the Warrior Games? And Thomas, I'll start with you.
Well, I will finish all my events. I know that. If I finish fast enough, then puts me in the top 3. Cool. If not, I'm happy with doing my best in everything. Only expectation is for me is not quit.
And James, what about you? Same question.
Finish. I want to be able to prove to myself that regardless of how I'm feeling that day, I'm able to push. And that's a goal of mine. I don't care where I finish at. I just want to finish.
Yeah. I guess for people who might be listening to this who maybe didn't serve in the military, what do you hope, or people who did, or everyday people, whatever, what do you hope they better understand about the Warrior Games, or about, wounded, ill, injured service members and veterans? Thomas, I'll start with you.
Don't suffer in silence. No matter how prideful somebody is, if you need help, don't suffer in silence and stray away from people you love, because they do count on you. Just ask for help. Try to find the help that you need, because once you do receive that help, there's nothing that you can't accomplish.
And James, same question. What do you hope people, come away understanding about wounded warriors, as they say?
Knowing that there's more to recovery than medicine. Get out there, challenge yourself. I mean, that's what we're used to every day. Just because you got hurt or ill or injured, challenging yourself doesn't stop. You got to get out of bed every day. That's a challenge. You got to continue pushing through. That's a challenge. And do it for the ones you love. Not only for yourself, but the ones you love.
Thank you both so much for sharing your experiences with us.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, sir.
Once again, Thomas Trosper, Navy Aviation Structural Mechanic First Class, is a native of Georgetown, Illinois, and James Shoemaker, Aircrew Survival Equipmentman First Class. They are both competing in the Warrior Games this week in San Antonio, Texas. That is it for us today. Coming up tomorrow on the 21st show, we begin with grand jury troubles. After the case of the Broadview 6 was dismissed with prejudice, it came out that federal prosecutors had been improperly behaving with a grand jury in northern Illinois, and it turns out that is part of a national trend. Judges are beginning to look with suspicion on government prosecutors who previously enjoyed the benefit of the doubt. We'll talk with a reporter who's been covering that. Plus, we'll talk about bats in Illinois with regard to their place in our ecosystem and potential risks to human health. The 21st show is produced by Christine Hatfield and Jose Zepeda. Our digital producer is Colson Kahn. Technical direction and engineering from Jason Croft and Steve Mork. Reginald Hardwick is our news director. The 21st show is a production of Illinois Public Media. I'm Brian Mackey. Thanks for listening. We'll talk with you again tomorrow.